Good morning, good day, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for always sticking on our channel, and we appreciate you for always following us, always following our programs on Ben Talks. And today again, we've come again on another set of programs on Ben Talks, which is Talk with Ben. And today we'll be discussing on education. As we all know that education is the basic bedrock of every society, and the future of the society, the future of the country, the future of the nation depends so much on education. And that is why we are here today to come and discuss with the major stakeholders that are concerned when it comes to education. And the major stakeholder are our fathers that are taking the role to come and educate us, to be our leaders by showing us example on how to go by when it comes to education. Our lecturers. So of course everybody knows that today in Nigeria, ASUU strike has always been a prevailing thing. I will put it as prevailing because it has been occurring several years back, even consistently. 2 years, 6 months, a year interval, ASUU has gone back on strike, which is serving as a big deterrent on the development of the country. So that is why ASUU is still on strike as we speak, and that is why we want to ask our lecturers on what is going on with ASUU strike and federal government. Oh, before we go further, before we go far, let's meet our daddy that will bring as our guest speaker today, that will be explaining to us what ASUU strike that is ongoing is all about. So I would like daddy to introduce himself. Daddy, please, can we meet you, sir?
Good morning, people. I am Shola Omorigi. I'm a secretary to ASUU University of Ibadan. I speak in the Department of Adult Education, University of Ibadan.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the brief introduction of yourself. Without making things long too much, sir, the ASUU strike, what is the basic of the ASUU strike? Because a lot of people outside there are saying that ASUU will go on strike now, will go on strike, then we do this, we do that. But then people are not understanding why ASUU are on strike. We want to know why is ASUU on strike? What are the things surrounding?
Thank you for that question. The common question is that, and the leadership of the union at both branch and national level have tried to provide information on that. The basic reason why ASUU is on strike is that government continually failed its promise to honor agreement by the two parties. There is what we call a collective agreement in industrial relations, where you have employers, you also have the union, and they make discussions to talk about concern of service, talk about other things that are related to the work that people do, because in the work environment there are people who are at work. So the leadership of our union, academic personnel of universities, have continually met with the federal government and have decided on some key rules bordering on the university, the universalization of the universities, bordering on condition of service of workers, bordering on how the workers will be paid, and bordering on some other issues that are related. There is the way the university is run, the autonomy of the university, and those other issues. So immediately we reach this agreement, we come to a conclusion of what and what we should do. Our government progressive and those things. And we start talking to our leaders. So when you have made efforts to talk to somebody to discuss the things and the person does not have your attention, you find a way of ensuring that that person listens to you. So the way that this our union, unfortunately, have been calling federal government to their responsibility over the year is still standing.
Thank you so much, sir. by telling us what are the things that cause it. But then I want us to be simplified enough because a lot of people outside there, I met a student, a co-student of mine, just last week Friday, and he was like, he doesn't even understand what ASUU is fighting for. He would have joined the struggle. I was like, oh, you do not understand what ASUU is fighting for. So that is such a student. Can you please help us explain to him that, okay, this is what we are fighting for in the simplest form, that even a layman hearing about it, because a deaf, a blind person today knows that ASUU is not right. So to a layman, for them to understand that, okay, this is the exact thing ASUU is fighting for.
And the reality that we find in our society today is that there are two major owners of institutions. We have private owners and we have public owners. So in the public institutions, we also have people who try to ensure that public institutions have quality and they are standard. So ASUU is a pressure group. It's a body of lecturers who have come together to ensure that the quality of education in public universities can remain standard. It's what it such that you will really be, it will really be university. And what I mean by that, what usually comes to my mind is university is not an invention, it's not an invention of the government, of our government. The university was an idea that was brought here and this society accepted. And there are ways that universities are run all over the world. Universities are not civil service, they are not other agencies of government. So they have regulations every day. So we have government and we have leaders, political leaders, who are so much interested in what they want to gain from the system, who don't see education as valuable, they don't see it as an investment, they don't see it as profitable. So if we leave education in the hands of those people who don't respect the laws they are living with, then they will just see university, secondary schools and all of that. So it will not be of quality. So what ASUU is trying to say is university education should be of standard. A graduate of the University of Ibadan, a graduate of any other public university in Nigeria should be able to stand to be apart with other graduates all over the world. And what he has been doing over the years is to put pressure on political office holders who don't have their children in the system. So if you ask your friend, the reality is that if your friend in a public university, maybe he is or she is, does he have friends who are not in public university? Yeah, so when you begin to compare those private universities with the public universities, the standard we still maintain today is because we have a pressure group who is putting the government on the schools that this standard cannot come down. I keep saying it. Private universities in Nigeria will not really be able to, when it comes to attracting the best brains, the most talented students and all of that. We cannot, I'm not saying they are not doing well in private universities. Private universities allow access to education. But it's not everybody that can pay for such education. So what ASUU is trying to do is to ensure that education is a public good and it should not be to the highest bidder. So people who are intelligent, people who have the talent, people who need to be educated should have access to it. It's not because your parents don't have money or they are not well to do, you cannot access, because education is actually for the benefits of society. It's for the benefits, is the bedrock of development. But we go on in this country, Nigeria, as if we don't need education.
Sir, well, you explain in distinctively why ASUU is fighting. But then there is a kind of demand, I think, that ASUU is demanding from the federal government. Can we know some of the demands?
I talked about university revitalization. I talked about university revitalization means that our laboratories should be of standard, our classrooms should be fantastic. That is revitalization. So the government, that's why it's calling the government to continually put money into the university for the main purpose. Then how is the university run? The administration of the university. That's what we call the autonomy of the university. That there shouldn't be much influence on it, because if there is too much influence, political influence and all other against the university will not be able to run. Then you also have conditions of service. That is where you have the emoluments. That is where you have the environment in which the lecturers are working. So it must also be of standard. These are the reasons. But what has brought about this strike was that in 2019, November, government said they wanted to continually use the IPPIS, the payment software, and our union reminded the government that in 2013, the Goodluck Jonathan administration had their ability, because the idea of Goodluck Jonathan administration was to cause us to a table where they discussed this payment software with the union, and it was agreed after exhaustive deliberation that that software is not meant for the university system. So after that, we went to everybody. We thought everything was over, only for this government to come in 2019 to say they wanted to be using that software. The IPPIS is in the public domain that it's a fraudulent software. So the union opposed it, that our members cannot register into it. But instead of that IPPIS, the union developed another software for payment, which is called it, and it was being tested and all of that. So the government has never fully met the demands of ASUU. But this strike is majorly on the fact that we cannot continually be using that payment software. So, and they have accused us severally that you pay the piper should be paid between of the music. But what those people say to you is that the university should provide solutions to societal problems. So if UTAS has been provided, has been developed as a solution, I mean it should be hailed, it should be applauded. So it is not that you pay the piper that way. It's because here, who is the piper?
Well, the government is claiming
what the people elect the government to do it. So the people should pay the piper.
Sir, before we move forward, you said that the main aim of ASUU is to ensure that good and quality education is available for everybody in the society, and that is why the ASUU is serving as a pressure group on the political order to ensure that things happen. Now, well, but it's unfortunate that the strike can be seen as being an hindrance to ensure this. Now, aside the strike, people have always been like, it's a popular opinion that aside strike, how best can ASUU achieve this? Like, even if we should look at and rather there have been a series of Arabs without tests, without anything like that. So, how best can ASUU ensure that even while on strike, or with another solution of profiling, because in that same 2020, I think it is the COVID-19 can cover the fact that ASUU was on strike.
No, that's not the solution. What happened in 2020, we actually started morning strike before the COVID. But just after the economic strike, the government locked up all public institutions and also the offices. But we had started discussing with government about our claims and our demands. So we expected the government to use that opportunity to meet our leadership. But we could say, okay, they are afraid of COVID-19 and all of that. So that was what happened. And some people have contested the idea. If we say that ASUU was on strike in 2020 for 9 months, they have said that we did not see an ASUU was on strike because the institutions were not. But the truth of it is, if ASUU wasn't on strike, we would have found ways of maybe teaching our students. We have found other means, other methods of teaching our students. And the method that the Minister of Education gave was not acceptable when he said we should use online learning, we should do online teaching and all of that. The question we had was, where are the facilities and the infrastructure available for such teaching? Most of the, when we came in again, because the COVID-19 had not completely gone, we employed that. That was what was done in Western United, emergency remote teaching. And what we found out that most of the infrastructure and most of the data that we used were bought by the lecturers. And the union had to say that there was no way you would be using your money to do all of those buying of data and all of that. Because so there was no facility on ground. So you will still find out that it is very easy for you to say, okay, well, people should just go and use their data. But that is not the way it is done in other clients that you have mentioned. So we don't have the infrastructure, we don't have the facilities that are available. I know the effort you put into this to set this up this month. Maybe you won't have needed all of these gadgets now if we have the facilities here, and it's possible that we can have them. So you just hook up with it and you keep doing what you have to do. So what other method? It's a very good question, and the university, the union has been open to suggestions from our people what we could do. And in fact, there are some groups even among ASUU as a union who are saying that strike is not the best option. And we have been asking, what other option can the union use? You see, let me tell you what happened. Strategies in alternative issue resolution. We have negotiation, we have mediation, we have the third party intervention and all of that. All of those opportunities have been used, but they did not give us any result. So it is when the union found out that they are no longer listening to us, they are no longer giving us. The president of the union even at the time said the Minister of Education, Minister of Labor and Productivity were no longer picking his course. So what else would you do? So they are the ones who started the strike. They were the ones who started the initiative not to talk to us. So if somebody, you want to talk to someone, I know my students, when they actually want my attention, I know what, and of course you don't push people to the extent that they would do that kind of resistance. If somebody raises, I'm in a classroom and the student raises up his hand, is that not enough for me to recognize that the student wants to speak to me? And I will stop what I'm saying and say, okay, yes. But if I don't recognize the student, I keep calling a particular student, there is one that can get angry, and the student will be left with maybe two options. First is to ensure, stop the class, maybe shout or do something dramatic. That is one. Or two, walk out of the class. So that is exactly what is happening. So it's not as if ASUU, as an educated union, is recalcitrant or wants to just put the government in this kind of condition. But when you don't listen, when there is no dialogue,
Sir, you said the government. Let's look at it. Is it the government that ASUU is putting in the condition for the students and the society? Because right now, the students are home, and the society is being jam-packed with a lot of people that are, let me say, jobless, staying at home, sleeping and waking up, and several other things, and it's making some students, I don't want to say students, to be vulnerable to some acts. Sir.
Well, you see, I don't know your idea or your definition of the description of education. If your education is what you do only in the class, maybe it's not broad enough.
Sir, well, from that, I want to raise an issue that with the fact that, okay, if ASUU is on strike, go and learn something. Is it achievable?
Well, it depends on the individual. It depends on the individual. You will say, what are the various means of learning? You have come here this morning now. This is just a fact. It's also possible that even when we are not before a camera, you could also come that you want to have a practice. So it depends on what you want to learn. Because I'm saying that, I'm not saying it's correct. I mean, ASUU should not put students in this kind of condition. But some people have been elected into positions to protect lives and property. They have the responsibility to govern.
That is to call things to happen.
Yes, that is. If I have this small place as my apartment, I have a duty to keep it clean. I have a duty to do. So if lecturers are employees who, by the virtue of their knowledge, qualification or experience, have been brought into the system.
Sir, let me ask this. Now, we have some states now that are now threatening their lecturers to due to like the fact that the state government and the universities are state universities, like states like Korea State, that the risk that they will not pay the lecturers in the university. What are the reactions of the ASUU general, like the body, the national body?
So the national body doesn't have to react. The people, the union in that university reacted. The Congress was held, and the union, the members have reacted to what the Congress will do. You know, the problem we are having in this country and some African countries is that our leaders don't see themselves as our servants. They don't see themselves as, immediately leaders are elected, they have viewed this position that they are far above us. And that's why some people have said there should be something like a referendum in the constitution, a clause of referendum, that when leaders take decisions that are not to the benefit, the good, common good of the people, then the people should have a way of calling them back to retract their action. So what the state universities they are claiming, state universities are claiming, state visitors of state universities are claiming that state universities don't have business with this strike, and that is a lie. The truth of it is that state universities are public universities, and whatever the federal government, whatever ASUU national this strike is able to achieve, will also affect the state universities. It is the same scale. I came from a state university before I got to federal university, and my salary was not substantially different. It is the same scale. Do you even know that this strike will even affect those who are lecturing in private universities? Because that scale, this condition of service that we are talking about, which is supposed to be universal, will also affect them. That is the scale that they will also use to negotiate with their employer. So it is not about ASUU being common. It's about people. If we have a government that understands how the university should operate and to run, then maybe what the unions will just serve as will be like an adversary role. They just play adversary role by welfare of their members, people who have health problems and all of that. That's what the union has set up to do. But now, because of what some of our state universities, some of our state universities have done, they have even put a lot of pressure on the national body of our union. In some instances, there are some state universities that sack their workers, and the union will continue to give them at least some money, some token for survival. So they put a lot of pressure on those on the union because of the failure of government.
Sir, with the demands of ASUU listed down, which you said revitalization of the university is there, and likewise the implementation of UT quotas. Now, if the federal government now say, okay, we consider the quotas and the revitalization, they want to ensure that quotas is in place. They agree to put quota in UTA is in place, and they are now regulating revitalization. Considering the fact that revitalization affects students in terms of if our laboratories are equipped, our classrooms are equipped, and hostels are built, there will be a good learning condition. Because even in UI here that we are seeing is first and best. If you check our some lecture rooms, they always full to the back, and there won't be the provision of sound system, which of course will be the duty of the federal government. And as well, in other universities as well, which has caused the increment in charges of fees for students, exorbitant charges of fees, even by state government, to charge students exorbitantly to ensure that there is provision for what is needed in the classroom, which itself is not enough. Now, if the federal government now implements quotas and fail to succumb to revitalization of the university, will ASUU resume after that?
Well, let me put some things right. The way the university system runs is that government, the present administration, will put a council in place. There is a government council in all universities, and the government council consists of members. We have internal members of council, we have external members of council. The classroom in the University of Ibadan, you cannot blame it on the Buhari administration. Muhammadu Buhari is the president of Nigeria. He is a visitor to all public universities in Nigeria. But you cannot, because there are no good equipment in the classroom, no reagents, laboratory, all of that, you can't blame it. If you blame the council of the university, the governing council. Now, where does the governing council get its funding? The funding that we have in universities now do not usually come as it used to. There is no funding, and that's why part of what ASUU fights for is the funding of the university. And there was a needs assessment. We did a seminar on that, where we explained to students what the grounds of the union is. There was a needs assessment which the government itself, after ASUU had already done its own, they also did their own and found out that by that time, that was about 2013, that Nigerian universities needed over 3 trillion naira to run properly. And it was out of those 3 trillion naira that they started giving 220 billion, and till now that money has not even been given sufficiently. And what do we have? Establishment of other universities. And the question will be, if you cannot take care of the existing universities, why are you establishing new ones? So it's not, that's what I'm saying. It is just the law that governs Nigeria. For example, in federal universities, you don't pay tuition. It's a constitutional provision. that you don't pay tuition. What you pay is charges for ID card, room accommodation, and all of that, services that you enjoy. So if the government does not want, if they want to increase school fees and all of that, it's a constitutional provision which they have to first of all go and change the constitutional provision before that can be done. But unfortunately, it is the union that keeps reminding the government of its duties. That is the major issue that we are having. That what the government should do, what is given, the provision of accommodation for your children, for example, is given. If you are a father, provision of food, water, and all of those things given, clothes, all those things are given. But when you have a child that is now the one telling the father, Daddy, I need to sleep somewhere, buy me a bed, these are things that are given. So where we are having problem is most of the things that are given in all these other clients you compare Nigeria to are not given. Some people must say no, it is not the way it is run. And if you, I don't know if you have ever had any opportunity of knowing what it takes to be promoted as professors in Nigerian universities. There is no person in Nigerian university that gets promoted without an assessment of scholars from other countries or scholars outside the university. So there must be a sort of that uniformity, and there must be a sort of standard. So union is only saying that you cannot bring this standard down. So that is why we are not only concerned about the welfare, what comes to our pocket, we are concerned about the environment in which we are working. Though our members are now saying we should concentrate on our side, because it's appalling that Nigerian professors, the highest paid professor in Nigeria, pays just for poultry 460,000 naira a month with this kind of inflation. So those are the things that have become so embarrassing. If they increase transportation, as a father you should know where they used to take 50, they used to be 50 naira, it's now 100 naira. You don't need agitation for the child. Say, I know it has increased. You just add it up. But unfortunately, we have people who are so self-centered and selfish, who don't even consider us as citizens of this country. You want to continually information so that they can rule us the way they like. And they are taking the possibility and the power to say no from us. And when I keep telling people, when you remove the possibility for your students to disagree, then close the classroom. When it's everything you say that your students agree with, and you cannot get students and think differently, then you don't have a classroom again. In fact, you don't have life. Because your development is about contestation of ideas. And that is why we have been created differently and we have different talents. So we are really just talking about human beings here. We are talking about what should be. So there is no demand of ASUU that is extravagant or is out of the reach of government. If we have a responsive and a responsible government.
So, well, I did not get a clarity on the question, but notwithstanding, I understand the fact that
the question was double-edged. I mean, you had too many things in the question. So that was why, if the questions were not in such way as to, there were too many things put into that question, I think that was the confusion. Maybe if you pick one particular one out.
Okay, let me put it like this. If the government should say, okay, they want to attend to one important demand of ASUU. I think it was during this strike that some arrears were paid by the government. Now, if the government now says that, okay, they want to keep 8 years and leave revitalization of the university, or they want to take revitalization of the university and neglect 8 years, will ASUU resume? Or until they...
You see, I don't have rights to say whether ASUU resume or not. Because the way the system, the union runs, that whatever decisions they have made, they will come back to the branches, so for the branches to take decisions that as represented by our chairman. Those demands, truly, they are not separable. The demands are not separable. And when our members say concentrate on our salary, give the university whether you do it, I will just be list, I will just be watching them. They are not separable. But you know what you do is not like you want to mature your point. You have items under it. Factors of production, for example, you mention them these. It's not as if you are talking about a factor. It will not affect the other factor. For example, 3 factors of production: you said land, labor, and capital. So why do we have human capital? What is human capital? So you will find out that in labor and capital, you already have a meeting point. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't think the government should go that way. That okay, ASUU has 5 demands. Let's take one. Now that demand has been rearranged, that the condition of service, which our members are also after, they say our condition of service should be better because there is high inflation in the country, which has made the money that we take home worthless. So even if that is done, it is not the way, it's not the best approach. And that's why you keep having strike reoccurring. I think the government should do it holistically. That is the demand of ASUU. Why do you want to interfere with what is happening in the university system? Why don't you allow the university system to run? Why don't you allow universities, allow each university to even determine the separate condition? It's not, there will be a universal condition of service, but if we teach University of Ibadan, because I teach here, and given the number of postgraduate programs that we have, you could say there will be something better if I teach it. But apart from the general, remuneration and movement. So I don't want us to say, okay, I think what they have done in the past that went wrong was that they take one and leave the other. And of course, they have never, the truth of it is that this government and processing government have never met the demand of ASUU 100%.
Okay, what's the place of students in the ASUU strike? Like, we've seen a lot of protests here, protests there, closure of roads and all that during the strikes by the students. What's the place of students in the ASUU strike?
The place of
Not just
place
students
of
now.
students.
The place of the public.
I will leave that question to you to judge if student protest has meant anything to this struggle. Students went and protest, they did this, they did that in support of the strike. Let's end that strike. As it in any way, they did that about 2 months ago. They did 2 months and a month. But when the campaign started, the convention started, all of those things were. And you can interpret what would have happened. Because we can ask, are these students truly the support of the union? So I will leave that. But the place of the student should understand that if they don't win this battle, they don't have the future. And I'm not talking about. But how can I be teaching students and I will not expect that one of them will be interested in the kind of job I do? You know what saddens me is that our students are even supposed to be trainers. They are no longer interested in the system, they are not interested in this kind of job. And what we do now is write recommendation for them to go outside the country, maybe for their PhD or other things over there. We don't even want to stay. So the place of students, there will be nobody that will remain the students. We expect that these students are also future understand what we have and why. That it's not about us, it's about their future, it's about them, so that they could also, people will be talented, could also have the interest to lecture, to do what we call knowledge work. Like what you are doing is knowledge work. People will be interested. So why must it be that if you do that kind of job, you have just...
But sir, the reality that we are seeing, you know, there is something we call the ideal state and the real state. Now, in the real state, the ideal state is that, okay, fine, the student will grow up to be the lecturer. Or in the ideal state, the ideal state, that's the ideal state. Now, the real state is that the particular job we are talking about is not encouraging. The government has made it so worse that even almost all students are planning to travel abroad. If you ask out of 100 students today, what's your next action? The next action, 80% of that 100 will be this: I want to travel abroad. Meanwhile, I see it as one kind of solution, because either we like it or not, either we travel abroad to do one thing or the other, your visa will still expire. You are still coming back no matter what. If every student today should travel abroad, who will remain in the country? So I personally saw that as an illusion, in as much as, well, very, very fine, everybody wants to travel abroad, everyone wants to look for greener pasture, because Nigeria today is not encouraging. So I don't think I would blame youths or students saying that I'm not interested in the job. But then, why I'm asking for the place of students in the struggle is that, how best can students support the struggle? One. Two, if the students should support the struggle, what will be the benefit of the student? Apart from the fact that, fine, the federal government might answer and let the resumption come and make the resumption to be faster than they ever could. You also made mention of when the convention started. Likewise, I was discussing with some of my friends, I think the day before yesterday, and I was like, this convention of a thing, it's a kind of ploy. Because when the convention was coming, there was this kind of a measure that blocked down the Eagle Square to ensure that the convention did not hold. There was this, it was going rampant. There was a kind of Twitter space that was hosted by some organization that, okay, fine, if we can fund some students to come to Eagle Square and lock down Eagle Square, that no election, no resumption of ASUU, no election. But the federal government, of course, played a kind of politics. In what sense? We will see that was the time INEC shifted the date that each party can register their candidate. INEC shifted the date. It gave the room for the federal government to also have another discussion with ASUU, of which ASUU, I think, is it last 2 days, or is it on Monday or Tuesday? And there was a kind of hope that resumption might be ensured very soon. And that itself is a kind of, what's it called, distraction for students. By saying that, students might be like, okay, there is an hope coming. There might not be need for disturbing them or something. Of which I see myself, like I said, that it's a kind of distraction for the federal government. INEC was able to be influenced. But when INEC shifted the date that parties can submit the name of their candidate, they forgot to shift the date of registration of voters' card, which shows that the federal government that is in charge of the ASUU strike is playing a game with ASUU, with students, and likewise with the election. Because they actually know that something might happen. So that's why I'm asking, what is the place of students in the strike?
It's just like, why do we have to be educated? No job, nothing, doesn't determine.
That itself is discouraging a lot of people outside.
But you know, we forget there are for everything we do, we have two sides. There is an intrinsic value. There is also an extrinsic. That the place of students, if somebody teaches you to fish, and you say of what fish when that river has dried up, and you say, that's clean, of no use again. No, you don't jump like that. Because there will be reversal. So there's nothing wrong in having the ambition of going out of the country. But what is wrong is that how many people want to come to Nigeria. And it is not the fault of ASUU that we are paid in this form and that we are given. It's not because, do you know how many dependents I have as a person? Apart from my aged parents, do you know people I support? So that if my pay is poor, I'm not even talking about myself, I'm also talking about those who are dependent on me. We say, if that 5,000 naira you need to give, you cannot take me anywhere. So it is all in there. That's why I say we should not segregate or compartmentalize it. For understanding is good to segregate. But when it comes to the issue of life, education is life. It's not preparation for it. It's life itself. It's not what you do to make you get a ticket for a meal. The whole of life itself is education. So whether I'm not saying we should be on strike. It's not good to be on strike. You know, I thought of it today, or not, sometime this week, that 3 years somebody needs to be promoted every 3 years. Whether you are on strike for the 2 years, when it is 3 years, you will call for the promotion. So you keep working. And that's why we say, why do ASUU members need to be paid even after they have been back on strike? It is because it's only one aspect of the job that has been suspended, which is teaching. And you cannot even say it's just teaching in the classroom in that formal setting. But the research, the community service is your life. You don't stop. Somebody said you teach only for 3 hours. I just laughed. And then you know what you do and come out from. The whole of your experience involves that teaching and learning process. And that is the point I'm trying to make. So what is the need for you is that you have developed yourself. What is the need for you is that there is a body of scholars who are saying no, who are confronting the federal government who think they have all the powers in this world. That in itself is courage. Peter, nobody said the way I will put it is that it's not the Peter in the Bible. Said it is not life that matters, but the courage you put into it. So you can see people who are showing courage. I've not been paid for the last 3 months. So if I want to inflict my pain on the society, I should stop doing what I'm doing. I should stop listening to people. I should stop talking. But there is a whole life. So you cannot take teaching from the teacher, and you cannot take learning from the learner. So it's what you do all your life, and don't see it as when you get abroad, what are the skills that you are going to use? What of if the political science you have studied are of no use over there? So if they don't have anything that is related to political science, you will not go abroad. You know, that's why we say learning is continuous, it's ongoing. And that is the point I want our students to learn and to know. It's ongoing. It's unfortunate that they have been at home now for the past 3 months. A whole semester is gone. Very unfortunate that any government will allow its workers, its university system, its university to be closed for a week. But you see, these people don't bother. And many people said how many of them went through this system.
Sir, why asking of the role of students and the benefit of students in this? Another thing I consider is that some students actually say that is, of course, they were living throughout the university system. Students are being victimized by the management, students are being victimized by the same set of lecturers. So that itself is a discouragement to them. Well, I don't want us to go into that because I obviously know that that's a separate discussion itself about victimization of students. So, but then, I think the way forward should be for ASUU themselves that ASUU is always, there is no way, politics is ubiquitous, is everywhere. Be it or not. I think ASUU should try and find a way to know a particular government that can suit for their benefit. I support such a government. My, I don't know, it's my personal view that ASUU themselves should partake in the system of government. And although
You
it
are
is,
funny. How many lecturers will have 100 million to buy for?
well,
Are you talking about involvement in terms of just attending meetings
well,
or
no,
carrying cards?
it might not be carrying cards or attending meetings alone. Encouraging people outside. I'm very sure ASUU have been featured in many shows like
Ben,
this.
I know you are asking this question really for the sake of your audience. You know that this is a class. It's a class issue. I mean, the training I know you have gone through, and with many opportunities that we have had today, is a class issue. We have a group of people who just feel that the production, the means of production should be in their hands, and they should reason of us the way they like and dump us. We have no value for human beings. So it's not about involvement. At what level? Let me tell you an experience. Somebody called me that they would need some papers to be written, and I was there all through the night. He said I would listen to them, but after I listened to them, more or less like, you document what they have put it well. It is going to be a policy document that they will work through and all of that. And I was there. Waited. I slept throughout the night. The second day, I said, when will this work start? And he said, doctor, it's not like that. And so that was at the end of the day, they held the meeting. There was a time they wanted to discuss that, doctor, please excuse us. So they don't consider us as part of it, as if we operate at a level that they feel sort of intimidates them.
Well, when I say political party, well, a Labour Party that we have today is actually hard to what Labour Party is.
But you know the inception of Labour Party. You know how it started.
Yes, of course.
And you know what happened to it.
Yes, of course. But then I'm
the
saying
Peter Obi we have there today, the presidential candidate of
he
Labour
can.
Party.
I don't think
Is he representative of the masses?
he's not even representative of the people because he would never accept himself to be called the communist. So I wonder that
It's not even. It may not be called the communist, but he can. Do you know what is done in other clients? You mentioned some of these clients and traveling abroad. What they do is that for the rich to sleep, they give some modicum of comfort to the poor people. If you let them have good food, let their life be secure, let them have access to loans and all of that. But all of these things that we call palliatives, they are absent in our country. So you are just left with little or nothing. That is the situation we have.
well, Daddy, thank you so much for your time since morning. I think we put an hold to this, and maybe as time unfolds, we still come back to.
You are always welcome.
To come and have a nice.
You are always welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for our audience.
Thank you so much for listening to our show. Always hit up on all our social channels.